Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Spit It Out podcast. My name is Eric.
Ashley.
JC.
And Joey.
Welcome back to the Spit It Out podcast. To start things off, I want to wish our co-host Joe here a very happy birthday.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday! Yay!
He is a whopping 26 years old, single, creative, and he's ready to mingle. So, ladies, hit him up.
I'm waiting for Juan to dump me.
7 years ready.
In the making. 7 years in the making.
Yeah.
Coming to a theater near you. Date TBD. No, but seriously though, happy birthday, buddy.
Thank you very much.
You know, this wouldn't be the same without you here, and
You're amazing add to the podcast.
It's great to be here.
it's great to see you grow one more year. Mm-hmm. So anyway, today we're gonna talk about.
I do feel really old though.
You do?
Yeah, I mean, like I was raised on things that my parents grew up with, so I'm not that I don't know what's going on right now. I'm hip, I'm trendy, but there are still some things I'm just like, all right, you're gonna have to break this down a little bit more for me.
Oh, like what was it? Cuffing season. You know what that meant, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Really? I thought you knew.
No, I learned it just when we were recording.
All right. So, well, happy birthday, Joe. And
Thank
today we'll be talking about frisky.
You talk about the cat food?
What's cat food?
Frisky.
Friskies.
Yeah, that's a brand.
That's cat food.
I didn't realize that.
You enjoy the
No,
food?
we're talking.
You like it?
Risky business.
I like eating pussy. Anyway, so today we're going to talk about what personal decisions are that you're okay with, but society isn't okay with yet.
Unpopular opinions.
Yep.
Things that people would consider taboo. Yeah.
Some of these things we don't condone. It's just for entertainment purposes. For example, like incest and stuff. But yeah, so let's just start off with something that a lot of people are for and or against. It's abortion. Let's kick it off with the big A.
Mm-hmm.
Yay or nay? What do you
Yay.
think? Yay.
Like that
Yeah.
people can abort.
Yes.
Right.
But whose decision is it?
Women.
It's not. It's not.
Just the women?
I believe if it's your body, it's your decision. I feel like if you don't, regardless of circumstance, it's your body. It should be your decision. No one else should have a say in it. Even like if the other person wants to keep it and you don't, again, it's your body. You're the one who's going through the pregnancy. You're the one who knows how you honestly feel. And it's better to abort it than to have it in a system. Like if you put it in, put it up for adoption, it's not like everyone gets adopted. Like these kids have more messed up backgrounds because they're going from house to house, or there's actually abuses in the houses that they're going to. Which, I have a friend who's a lawyer and takes away kids. And the stories that she tells me, I'm like, how could someone put a kid through that? But it's like, those type of people should have aborted their kids and stuff. Like, and especially if you can't afford one. I mean, sometimes, like, even if you can't afford one, it gives you motivation to keep working and give it a better future and stuff. So I just feel like if you don't want it and you want to abort it, that you should.
I'm stuck in between. I feel like it should be something that is discussed. Like, I don't think the woman has the 100% right to just go along with it without consulting with the boyfriend, the man, or the significant other in that time.
Yeah.
I know there are instances where it's rape and things like that where she can't talk to the other person. And those
Or might have
extreme,
no idea who it was.
right? So in those extreme situations, I think yes, it's her decision. But if let's say, you and your girl or someone that going at it, things, one thing leads to the next, but you're able to get a hold of and talk to the person, then you should.
Okay, so
Like, I would be very, very upset if my girlfriend would just go along with the abortion without even telling me or asking me, like, what do you think?
I think this is a mutual decision because it's not just one person.
That
It's a mutual decision because it's a human being. Whatever people want to concern a human being or not, it's already a human being inside there, And at the moment, whatever the reason it was, you consented together, I understand some people the woman most important thing like they don't want to go through the process or whatever reason they have on their head. They don't want to go through it. But also they have to realize if the person, the man, is asking to be born the kid or the girl, little girl, and this girl wants to step out, I guess someone saying like, I need the kid to be born. I think he's ready to step up and raise the kid or little girl. So is this another thing also? Once I heard this story, and I think it's true. Right? Okay, the girl makes the decision to abort the little kid, but you're thinking just at the moment. You're not thinking in the future. What happens if that little kid is really gonna be the one discovers a cure for some really bad sickness? Because everybody, once you conceive, and this is what I believe in myself, once you conceive it, you already been gonna be someone in this life. Mm-hmm. We all come with a dawn, something like which gonna make us unique. We all have our abilities, our strengths and everything to do our things. Mm-hmm. And you're never gonna know if this little boy or this little girl, it was gonna change something, because everything isn't changed. Believe it or not, everything in syncs in the future, with your life and everything. Whatever you do right now, it might in sync with us in the future. If we do something wrong, it might in sync with him in the future. Not right now, but because we are living together, our lives right now are, getting in sync. So for me, I think, and this is what I believe, that is a mutual decision.
I always try to think in a positive mindset, but at the same time, you can't always say like that person's future is going to be coming up with a cure to this, cure to that. There's also a good chance that could be the next, bad person or can do bad things as well.
It can be everything, you see, right. And you're not going to judge for that.
But you can't justify.
You're not going to judge for that and justify that.
Yeah, you can't. I mean,
you see, it's a human being still.
No, regardless, yes, it's a human being. Mm-hmm. I think it's tough because I'm part of the orphan industry where the fact that it worked out, and I'm grateful for it. My mom and dad, they raised me as if I'm their own, and I couldn't see it any other way. But at the same time, it doesn't happen that often. But once in a while, I wondered to myself, who are my real parents, and what the reason it was where they left me in the hallway. And from what I know is, I was left in a hallway, very sick. Luckily, the orphan organization, whatever, found me, took me in, and when I was 2 years old, I was adopted, and came to America and lived a pretty good life. And the reason I'm saying this is because I feel like calling it quits at that point of a person's life where they didn't get a chance to breathe yet is not giving them a chance to see or experience what they can in life.
Listen, and it doesn't matter if the father or mother is around, okay? I left my kids behind too. My father left me behind. Literally, I was an orphan too. And I left my kids orphan too. That's a harsh reality. I did. When I decided to come to this country. I've been here for 20 years. Those kids grew up fatherless. It hurts my heart? Yes, it does hurt my heart. Because in my head, it was just like, okay, I go to this country, I go to work, building a house, building something for them, getting ready for the future and everything. But that was my idea, not thinking about what I was doing, and the other concept, and the feelings, the emotions for them. And then not having me next to them. And I grew up the same way. So, regardless, whatever is the reason, I guess, nobody's perfect for this.
Yeah, I mean, based on my experience, I feel like if I made that mistake in regards to getting a girl pregnant and all that, regardless if you're ready or not, I think it's your duty to bite the bullet and be responsible for what happened. Be the best father you can be or mother you can be. I know it's easier said than done, but I think taking that chance of raising the kid as best you could is better than sending it off to an orphanage or just killing it before it even has a chance to open its eyes. That's just me. But at the same time, when it comes to those extreme circumstances where the girl, is forced and things like that, then 110% like, no, that you didn't consent to it. Now you have, this not burden, but you have this awful situation and your way out is abortion, then do it. But if consent is there, and you both planned or unplanned pregnancy and it happens, it's your responsibility to raise that kid.
No.
You sound like the only girl in the room. Oh, wait.
No. Just because I feel like before with the Trump administration, when they were banning abortions in a lot of states and stuff, I saw it as more chaotic that these people who don't know anything about women and what they go through, most of the administration were men. And they didn't care about like women's reproductive health or her rights or anything. That they were giving women, like, they would get life sentences if they got an abortion. They would get jail time for going to a doctor, and the doctor would get jail time for performing the abortion. That alone. I mean, obviously we don't have Trump anymore, but still, like, I feel like that alone, like, these men just, they didn't really care of like, it's a woman's right. Like, I just feel like it's a woman's right. Like, no one should tell you, the same way we don't tell you what to do with your balls, or for people to keep reproducing, because there's so many people who have a shitload of kids for no reason, like, and they're not responsible, and yet this person's paying child support and shit. And my dad's one of those people. He's a fucking asshole, and he reproduced. He's only in two people's lives. And we grow up fatherless, or motherless, you don't know. But I just feel like they don't tell men what to do. Yes, I'm going to be that feminist girl here. But they don't tell men what to do with their bodies, but yet they want to put all of these pressures on women and stuff, on telling them what they should do with their body, how they should look, how this other stuff. Like, I believe, like, if you don't want to, even if you had a mutual agreement, if I still don't want the kid after this conversation, I'm going to leave you. And I'm getting the abortion kind of shit. Me and JC are together, and any person that I'm with, they know I don't want marriage or kids. I can't have kids, thank God, because I don't want them. I feel like, for me, I see a kid as a burden, especially because the way our country is set up, because our country's still great, you know what I mean? But the way our country's set up, there's no way that we can afford to have kids when we just, we're in all this debt of school, and, we can't even buy a house. Like, it's not like when the boomers were reproducing and everything was, like, really easy. It was a little bit easier than what we have now with all the inflation and stuff. So I still feel like it's a woman's right. Like, I feel like even with a mutual agreement, like, if you don't want it, you don't have to stay there. Like, you don't have to, if you can't, like, accept, like, the woman's decision, and if she doesn't want it, then, you guys split up and do your own thing.
Yeah, I mean, in the ideal world, it's, when it comes to starting a family, because that's my end game. Like, I 100% want to, find a girl of my dreams, marry her, and when we're financially ready, stable, and think that we can bring a life to this world and give it the best life it can. So, if my girlfriend was like you, Ashley, and was like...
An antichrist?
If my girlfriend was like you in regards to not wanting kids, and I don't see myself in that relationship, because our plan for the future isn't the same.
Yeah. Well, that's why I like to tell it in the beginning, because I know that's most people's end goal. Like, that's what they're looking for. And I'm like, hey, not the one. You can either turn or you can keep going. But, like, I like to let it known right away. Even if it's not serious, I'm just like, I don't want any of that. Don't you even think about it. Like,
yeah, I respect you for that. I feel like that's the right thing to do, is lay it all on the table in the beginning. Like, if you know for a fact that you don't want kids one day, you should say that. But for me, I want to have kids one day, and I want a good, solid family.
You're going to be great at it. And even if you're not ready, I feel like at that moment you will, take a stand and do what you have to do and do what's right. That's what most parents do.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah,
you can't try to, the people who made it work and didn't have money for the kid, you can't try to discredit them because they made it work. My mom was one of those people. So, like, I won't discredit you. Like, if people have kids and they can't afford it, like, eventually they make it work. They still give the kid what it needs, like a shelter, roof, and stuff. So
the point that you're touching right now, see, everybody has different perspectives on points of view, but people might see these guys like, oh my God, they're deciding on us. No, they're just pro-life. They're seeing something that is wrong taken alive.
No.
Yeah.
Because
that's why they see it wrong.
They fight so much for the fetus before it's even born, and then when the baby's born, well, you should have never had a kid. You can't be on welfare. You can't be on WIC. You can't ask for help.
This is a thing.
They fought so much for you to have this kid, and now there's no, like, if the person needs the help, there's no help.
This is the thing I want to get, you see, and this is with all youth people, and You guys thinking like the government is gonna help you someday, like welfare this and that, and the government needs to run this because we need this, and the government making laws because we don't need this or we gonna that.
No.
Yes, you guys are
saying
all
for the
that
people.
into
I'm
all
saying
that
for the.
stuff.
I'm saying for the people who need it.
Yeah,
For
it
the
doesn't
people who
matter
need
who needs it or who not.
Because
You
even
see,
if no
and
matter
this is the thing I always say to myself: I'm never gonna show my kid to depend on the government. If you have to go outside and wash cars, you're gonna have to wash them for $10 and make money. If you're gonna have to go and apply for garbage pickup, you're gonna have to do it and make the money. If you're gonna have to go to the neighbor and say, you know what, I'm gonna do your loan, you're gonna have to go there and make money. That's my creativity and that's my reason for me. See, that's why I never say the government. The government is there for represent anything, whatever they want to do with other countries, with society, anything. But it has nothing to do with my life. Okay, there's laws, yeah, but if I respect it, I don't kill, I don't steal, I don't do other things. Then leave me in peace. I just swallow something like is in the society that it needs for us to be there. It's like anything else.
I'm not saying for people to depend on the government, and I'm just saying in general, like no matter if you're rich or poor, if you're pregnant, you get WIC. You get a plan of WIC until the baby is born, and when the baby's, the WIC has certain fruits, like it gives you, it's like you get a check, because I used to work in a supermarket, and the moms would bring a check, and it's like $60, and it's for certain breads, certain eggs, milk, fruits, and vegetables. And that's just basically for, like, depending on how old your kid is and, you know, your financial situation. But rich or poor, any mom, all moms get WIC. Like, you know, and that's just help
Because
that they
that's
give.
a law. It's a law. They give it to you right away. Once you were born, they give it to you right away. That's a law.
All right,
They don't even apply.
But I'm saying that they fight. I'm saying that they fight so much for the fetus that when it is here, and you know the people who wanted to abort it because let's say they couldn't afford it or something, then they don't help them.
It's like anything else. It's like your parents. Your parents fight for you to get a school, to get educated and everything. At the end, who's gonna do everything else? You.
Speaking of a whole, decisions with your body and whatever. Another big one is, especially in today's day, 2021, there's so many people coming out, trans this, trans that, I'm going to change my this to that.
Non-binary.
And things like that. What do you feel about that? I mean, that's a whole nother, that's not just, abortion now. It's like I'm physically changing my man part to a female part.
I think they should do it. I'm all for it.
I'm all for it. I've known friends through college, and I've been with them every step of the way.
I think it's an amazing process just because, instead of going like being bi-curious and wondering what it's like to be with the same sex, it's like, let's take it a step further. Instead of just being with the same sex, like, their decision on becoming, the opposite sex. I think that's amazing. Like, the fact that you were like, I don't feel like when I hear stories, a lot of them go, oh, I knew I wasn't a woman, or I knew I wasn't a man. Like I always thought I was like, the opposite. And I was just like, I think that's so freaking amazing. And I'm so glad that right now we're in a time where it's really accepted, and it's not like back in the days where they would kill them and stuff. And I mean, it's still an issue, because there are some places that still do it and where they get judged and stuff. And, our President Biden, thank God he took off the ban, the military ban for transgendered people. So, I'm really happy for that. Like, I feel like you're human. You should do what you want. You changing your sex doesn't affect my life. I feel like if you don't kill, if you don't hurt people, if you're not being an asshole to like other human beings or endangering people, I feel like you should be able to express yourself the way that you want.
The most I'm going to say about this is the fact that respect is interesting, because respect is earned, but I think you should still be respectful to other people, no matter what they believe in, whether it's, whatever their sexual orientation is, what they want to be identified as, what their religion is, whatever. Just be respectful to one another and treat everyone, with kindness. But the one thing, I'm not going to lie to you, is that really did bother me. I forgot what year it was, but remember when Caitlyn Jenner won the Courageous Award?
Oh, yeah.
What year was that?
2016.
That bothered me because, I'm going to be honest.
She didn't do anything. She just switched. She just, changed her her gender, which is something that is that's really applaudable for. But for what that award is for, I didn't think it suited. Like, I was still happy.
Well,
for
did
her.
you know who the runner-up was?
No.
It was a military patriot who, I think, dove on a grenade or something to save his fellow comrades.
Yeah.
And he lost like a leg and an arm and all that. And he didn't get the award. I'm not saying people who go into the military are doing it for the rewards. It's not that.
Yeah.
But hearing his story and then realizing that, he lost a Courageous Award. Not that he was going for it, but you know what I mean? Like, he didn't get the title or the award for Most Courageous Award that year because someone said, you know what, I'm a he and now I'm a she. That pissed me off. Because I was like, are you fucking kidding me? But at the same time, I understand changing your identity like that, it does take a lot of strength, a lot of courage as well, because knowing the backlash of people who don't agree with you and calling you names and making it a scene, that's not okay either.
And I don't think Caitlyn was the first one to do that. Like, there's many celebrities who have done that. Like, also Nikki Tutorials, she's a YouTuber. She came out with it last year that she was born a man because people were blackmailing her for it. And she was just like, you know what, I'm gonna have to bring this out on my own terms. And she had to come out with it just because people were always harassing her that they were going to expose her, and I was just like, and nobody cared that she was. They were like, you're a great makeup artist, you're an amazing person, none of that matters. For that award, maybe she's also an Olympian, so maybe that's why it was such a big deal as well.
This is what I think. I think everybody, there's no straight or gay or whatever. I think everyone is bi. That's my theory.
I'm bi as fuck.
But it's a matter of degree. So hear me out.
No, yeah, there are definitely degrees to it.
So hear me out. So by the book, if you're straight 100%, you will never try to imitate male celebrities on how they look at all. If you're straight 100%, you only like chicks, you're never going to say, wow, that guy has a great body. I wish if I worked out harder, I can look like that. Oh my God, I love his hair. I want to get the same haircut.
Yeah,
right?
There's nothing wrong with a straight guy saying that another guy looks handsome, regardless of either one's orientation.
Right. So that's why I say everyone's bi. The person who admires someone else's haircut and gets the same haircut, or tries to work out to get the same body figure as another, like Chris Hemsworth, who plays Thor, phenomenal looking dude. Like, he's jacked, and all that. And a lot of people aspire to look like that. Well, a lot of men aspire to look like it because, it's a good figure.
Yeah.
But that means their buying level is low. They're not going to fuck him. They're not going to, do anything with him.
Yeah.
But they admire him and like him enough to try to emulate what he looks like. Vice versa with girls. Like, oh my gosh, she's so pretty. I wish I had those curves or that ass or, whatever. They imitate because they know that looks good. But then it comes down to, if a guy is willing to, or a girl is willing to have sexual intercourse with the same gender, then their bi level is a lot higher.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. I mean, that's literally something that I've been looking at for quite some time, and I came out. Well, that was one of the big moments for me. Even no matter how shitty 2020 was, I felt it was important that I came out as biromantic heterosexual, which means I'm bisexual, so I'm attracted to both guys and girls. But romantically, to have sex with them, to get more intimate with them, I would prefer ladies. That's what the heterosexual part of it means. Like, I wouldn't mind dating a dude. I definitely found guys that were attractive around my age. I've never made a move because I didn't know if that was right for me at that time. But I still understood a little bit more. I was like, it's a little bit more of that attraction that what you were saying before. It's not like I want to be like them. It's more I want to be with them. You know what I mean?
No, I don't, because I don't think like that. But no, I appreciate you sharing that with us. I didn't know that.
I think that's amazing.
And I applaud you for that.
And it doesn't mean I'm going after every single guy, just the same way as a straight guy doesn't go after every single girl.
Yeah.
There are all these little things. Everybody says what their type, Not everybody's going to lean a certain way because of a gender. They're going to have, the eyes, the hair, something about their figure, their personality. That's, no matter what orientation you are, those are still going to be factors.
Yeah.
Going back to what Ashley said before, where she's very upfront with whoever her significant other is, being that, oh, I don't want kids and I don't plan on getting married, that's another thing. I feel like if you're switching it up, right? In regards to, I'm a dude, I want to be a chick, or a chick and I want to be a dude. I feel like that person has to say that up front, because, for example, let's say, imagine you see a girl, and you guys are, date or talking, and then escalates to one thing to the next, and now is getting a little more physical, and in your mind it's a girl, and you reach down there, and it's a baseball bat. What a shock.
Wait.
What a shock that would be for that person, where it's like, oh fuck, I just grabbed a dick.
I witnessed it firsthand.
Literally. What do you mean?
So when I was in Thailand, I witnessed an orgy in front of my face, and in Thailand there are a lot of transgendered people.
Yeah, it's Bangkok.
And no, I was in Phuket. Fuck it. So I was on the island, and so they're so beautiful. Like, I was just like, God, your foot is prettier than my face. I was just like, God, these women are beautiful. So, and a lot of the people from Thailand, they go, oh, that's a lady boy. They're like, honey, be careful with the lady boy. And I'm like, why? What's wrong with them? And they're like, they take your money. I was like, oh, okay. But they were really cool with us. So anyways, before I saw an orgy in my face, I was in a party hostel. So obviously, like, I had to live it up on my last destination in Thailand. This one guy who was he was our roommate, he brought a girl over. And as soon as, like, when I saw the dress, I sort of saw the shadow, and I was like, and I'm blind, but I saw the shadow. So I was like, I'm pretty fucked up, but I think I see a dick there. So, they're about to hook up and stuff. And I remember he was from the UK. He's just like, they're hooking up and stuff. And he goes, bloody mate, is that a fucking dick in there? I was like, oh. And we're just like, oh my God. I was just like, and then the person was just like, no, sweetie, let's just keep going. He goes, I'm not gonna fucking fuck you. And he was just like, get the fuck out of my room. And I was just like, do you need a towel? And she's like, and then I gave her a towel because, everything was out. And I was just like, here's your towel. And like, she went away. And he's just like, I almost had a fucking sex with a man. And I was just like, I'm sorry, you're in Thailand. And like, these women are beautiful. Like, it's a hit or miss. But like, I witnessed it firsthand, and honestly, I feel like in Thailand, I feel like you should know better. But like in general, I feel like you should disclose that.
Yeah. You have to. I feel like it's a must.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like,
don't take advantage of the guy either.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, I've even seen that, like, on some people's social media, like Twitter or Facebook or something. They'll put it as part of their header what pronouns they prefer.
Yeah, I love that.
So it already puts you in, like, okay, this is how I'm thinking of this person. I've met people that were already in the transition to become a woman, and I just always stuck with them as that. They were a woman.
Just give us a heads up. Much appreciated, because that's traumatizing. I feel like if we're getting hot and heavy, and I grab your fucking slong,
it's bigger than you,
and it's bigger than mine, and I'm gonna think like, you know what? Fuck. And I would easily say.
Would you finish?
Huh?
Would you finish?
Yeah, I'll finish by kicking him out the fucking door. Get the fuck out of my face. No disrespect, but I feel like, they did what they had to do and they felt was right, and with their bodies and their decisions, it makes them happy, great. But at the same time, let a brother know, like, come on, like, give me a little bit.
It's like if you have a disease, you just have to.
Yeah, it's like after you do it. Oh, by the way, I have AIDS. Like, wait, what? Like, you should have told me this sooner.
Yeah. I would have wore the condom.
I would have. Yeah.
I was going to, but then your penis was in my mouth, so now here we are.
Exactly. So like, if it comes down to sexual diseases, or you're a girl with a pee-pee, give it a little heads up. Give it a little courtesy. Oh, by the way, boom.
I was gonna say, what about femboys?
What's that?
Love femboys. Like, they normalize wearing nail polish, eyeliner. Like, they're a little bit more feminine.
They are male. They identify as male. Biologically, they're male.
And they're straight. Yeah. They're just feminine. It's like guys who get mani-pedis. It's just for hygiene. Like, when I took Juan to get a mani-pedi because I forced him, he was just like, there's so many men in here. And I was like, I know, and by themselves, not with their women.
I went, I did get a manicure once with Nikki. Only reason I went is because she said she'll pay for it.
Yeah, but it's like for part of hygiene. But like, these femboys actually like paint their nails. It's really cute.
Not about it. But anyway, what about like the whole use the restroom that you identify as?
I don't mind it.
I think I mind that.
If I see a man going into the bathroom, I will kill the shit out of him, because my daughter is in there, or my wife. I will go in there and beat the shit out of the person. I don't care.
I'm on Juan's side on this
I don't
one.
care.
Well,
Because you
I
don't
don't
know.
care.
Because you don't know. Let's say they decided.
You have to put
It's
yourself
some-
where you are, man and woman. That's it.
If you don't know what is psychologically in that person, let's say for example, this person like, you know what, I'm gonna change gender to get into the ladies' room, and then God knows what they might. I'm not saying they're all like that. I'm not saying that they're all like that, but the possibility of it is there.
I think it's rare.
It's rare, but the
It could be
possibility
rare,
is there. In 1 of a million chance, that's might happen, but in that one chance, it's your daughter, it's your wife.
You know what I'm saying?
Well,
I will
my
not know.
mom, my sister.
can-
Exactly. I'm not about that.
I can tell you firsthand experience. When I was in Paris the first time with my mom, we were at a bar, not at a bar, we were at a restaurant, and I went into the restroom, and it has the unisex symbol, but I thought it was just like, it's the one bathroom and stuff.
Right.
And when I was done using the bathroom, I was washing my hand, and I just saw 2 men walk in, and I didn't really think much of it. I was just like, I just stared at them weird, but they didn't look at me. They didn't, try anything or anything. They went straight to what they had to do, go to the bathroom.
I think that's the interesting thing is the fact that other countries and their cultures, they tend to be a little more accepting of this. And I think with American culture, it's still not at that level. Which is why me and JC reacted like absolutely fucking not. If you're a guy, you go in the guy's room. Girl, you go in the girl's room. In the end of the day, though, regardless of what we're saying right now, don't take it to heart. Like, at the end of the day, like I said, I still firmly believe, do what you want to do. I respect you. I'll be kind to you. Love what you love. Believe what you want to believe. Like I said, all good. But at the same time, it's like, because of how American society is, and like I said, we're not at that level like Europe or where they're a little more accepting of these things. Which is probably a big reason why I still feel the fact that certain things there's limits. Like, you can't, no matter what. I feel like this shouldn't be broken. Speaking of American society, I also noticed this where, you see 2 girls hooking up at a party or something. All the guys are like, oh, that's awesome, that's hot, whatever. And if there's 2 guys in the party, like, go get the fuck out.
Double standard.
Double standard, where I feel like homosexual activity when it's female is not as frowned upon than homosexuality with 2 men.
Yeah, because it turns them on, and they're like, maybe I could get in. Maybe they'll let me in. Like,
Yeah,
kind of shit,
exactly.
like fucking threesome.
Right now, when I came to this country, the only gay friend that I have, it was and there were 2. So, but I never been close to them. Like just hi, what's up, or just at work. That's it. In Mexico, I had 2 closest gay friends, and these ones, I always hook up when we gathered together, when we went out dancing or anything like that, because those were the ones that taught me how to dance. But that was all. I never get fucked up with them. I never went out with them. I never met them outside anything else, because for me, there's nothing more beautiful than a woman's body. For me, that's perfection. For me, that's stunning. For me, that's the most soft thing I can touch with my hands.
You wouldn't be opposed to a threesome where, like, there's 2 girls kissing, and you're the guy who gets
No,
attention from both
no,
girls.
I have told you, no.
But then you'll see, like,
I have said that to you, no.
I'm still on the fence on how I would feel if my son or daughter was like, oh, Dad, I like boys, or Dad, I like girls.
you love your kid no matter what.
I will love
regardless-
my kid no matter what.
There you
I'll
go.
go through.
regardless
I'll
how
go.
disappointed if you end up being disappointed, because let's say it's your only son, let's say that's his way to pass on the family name. I feel like you should still love him, not do what most parents do and disown their kids, kick them
Absolutely
out.
not. No.
Like, you could still be
They
mad
get
at
real
it because
harsh.
it's a shock, but you still have to accept, like,
Yeah, I didn't want it to come off like that at all. Like,
No, I know you wouldn't.
I'll love my kid no matter what. I'll go through a burning building, a mountain, whatever, for my kid. If that's what they like to do, I'll respect it. Even though deep down I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Okay? But still my kid, and I'll accept that. I would accept whatever he or she desires or desires.
no, I know you'll still love your kid, but I'm saying, like, most parents don't. Like, they disown their kid, they throw them out of the family house, like, they
punish
stop
them
talking. Yeah, like, they make them feel like shit. They get them jumped to, like, try to get they send them to these weird camps to try to
Gay
get them straight.
conversion therapy.
Yeah, like, there's a lot of families who do that.
When I was 17, the guy, he taught me how to dance. He was like 28, 29. And I remember asking him, do you really like men? And he goes, let me tell you this. I was like, what? To tell you the truth, I grew up in a family all girls. I never had a boy to play with it. I didn't have no cousins. Everybody was girl in my house. My cousins were girls. My family was full of girls. So they told me always to play with dolls. They told me always this. When my mom was and my dad wasn't at home, they dressed me up as a girl. So I just followed the trend. That's what he told me. And I was like, "Are you happy?" He goes, "Yeah, I'm happy." And I was like, "How you feel then?" He was like, "Because my sisters, they told me to do this. I grew up with all my sisters, my cousins. They always told me to do this." So he was oriented to that. And I was like, "And will you kiss a girl?" And he goes, "No, because I grew up with girls. I cannot kiss them."
Okay, so it's more basically on your development.
I'm saying, not everybody's going to be the same.
Yeah, absolutely.
That was my case with that guy. Because the other one, he was like, "No, I like him. I love him."
There's definitely a nurturing aspect to it of how you grow up and what you're exposed to. I mean, every time that somebody it's a boy, and they post on the lawn or whatever, what's the color?
Blue.
Blue. So what's the color when it's a girl?
Baby pink.
Sure. And that goes into literally everything that they grew up with, Boys like the Hot Wheels. Boys like the Nerf guns. Girls like the Barbie dolls.
I used to play with wrestling action figures. I loved WWE since I was 14. Then I started feeling way too fake for me, and I was like, all right, I'm sort of over this. Mm-hmm. But loved WWE. I played video games. I was a tomboy, like, when I was younger. And then eventually, like, from 18 and on, I transferred into, like, more of a girly girl. Now I'm just sort of both. But, like, my mom didn't make me feel bad I played video games 24/7. Mm-hmm. I played with Hot Wheels. I played with almost everything. And my mom, thank God she didn't bat an eye on that. She was just like, it's fine, like, you're a tomboy, like, what are you gonna do? Like,
yeah, exactly.
And I had a lot of guy friends and stuff, and I didn't start noticing I liked girls till I was like 13, and I was just like, but I never like acted on that because I was just like, I don't trust my mom. But I was just like, mom's one of those people that's like, yeah, I'll accept my gay child, and I'm like, Mom, I'm gay. Get the fuck out of my house. Take your shit. And I'm like, oh fuck.
I still remember this till this day. I was going, I don't know if it was just me and my dad. Well, in the car at least, it was just me and my dad. We're in Ocean City, Maryland, right? And I don't know why I asked this. Out of curiosity, what would you do if I said I like guys, like boys? And he goes, what do you mean? And I'm like, never mind. And I don't know if that affected me in some way. Maybe because I still remember it.
What do you guys feel about drag?
What is that?
Yeah, what is that?
So it's basically cross-dressing, and
Is what?
It's cross-dressing. So men.
Everyone has a gimmick. No, I'm kidding.
Yo.
No, I just said that because me and Joe were, what was it? We were doing the Marvel trivia.
Yeah.
And the guy Falcon, the wings.
Oh,
when
yeah.
he saw Spider-Man during Captain America Civil War, he's like, everyone has a gimmick.
Yep.
So drag queens, usually like they have shows and stuff, or they don't.
RuPaul
but like
is a famous one.
Yeah, you haven't seen RuPaul. Even straight men watch it. I went to Turkey and 4 security guards that were completely straight. They were like, I love this American show, and I'm like, what's wrong with
what show?
RuPaul's Drag Race. So he's just like, you guys are fucking crazy. I love it. And I was just like, yeah, that's our culture. But they make their presence known. Their makeup is super exaggerated. Big wigs, big nails, like big fake breasts if they have it, like the ones that you put on and take off, and just these big flamboyant outfits. It's basically like a gay parade every day that they just dress up. I've seen kids who want to do it. Like there was this one 7-year-old boy from New York, where his parents, he looked up to them, and he got to meet a drag queen and stuff, and they even brought drag queens to school to see what kids thought of them, and kids were okay with it, because they just want to see, like, they're basically exposing them to it so they can be normalized.
When you're listening to this podcast, especially today, we talked about a lot of controversial stuff, abortion, changing gender, and things like that, and loving same sex, opposite sex, whatever. A lot of controversial stuff. Don't take it to heart. But what you need to take out of this is respect other people, be kind to other people, control what you can control, and the world will be a better place.
Yeah, see, like, that's the motto of this podcast, you know? Get along with everybody, see? Look at us. Everybody has different kind of opinions and everything. And we still getting along. We still continue working together.
Yeah.
You see? Nobody's insulting each other, you see? So that's what we try to project with the audience or friends out there, you know? Like, Even if you're thinking different, even you have different likes, dislikes, whatever it is you are up to in your life, you still can work with other people thinking like that.
Absolutely.
Because your work ethic, that has nothing to do with your personal life. I don't bring my personal life here to bother you guys. When we are working, we're working. We're off the air, that's different. We chat during the day, what happened during the day, and we play, we do this and we do that as a group. And that's when we get along.
Not everyone is going to agree on the same thing. But you have to at least open yourself to the possibility that there's other stuff out there and it's not trying to get at you. And it's not trying to change you to always be in that thing. You can still have your own. And, you know, let them have their own. One of the earlier episodes in the first season about respect, about the difference between acceptance and tolerance. Tolerance, you're putting up with it. But you don't like it. But you still have some, you know, some feelings against it. Acceptance, it's going to be around. You know, I don't like being around bees. I think they're going to sting me every time I see them.
Yeah.
Are they going to? No. Do they want to? No. If I leave them alone, they'll leave me alone.
You know, speaking about bees, there's a fetish called melissophilia, which is arousal to bees and wasps.
Nope. Nope.
How? Wait. Oh, you stung me.
Yeah, like,
What the fuck is that?
like, how did you get to that point of your life?
I get that it's a fetish. Not for me. No, sir.
Who goes by a beehive and goes, you know, it'd be really crazy
Drip your honey on me.
if they put their, like, first of all, bees, you're endangering the
Have
whole
you ever been
planet.
stung by a bee?
No.
Have you ever been stung?
Many times.
It hurts.
It doesn't
They
hurt.
die.
That's
doesn't
why
hurt.
I'm afraid of it so much.
It hurts a little bit.
It doesn't hurt.
And they
Alright,
die.
maybe I'm just a bitch, but imagine having
Well, yeah,
that.
I know. It rips out of their
Doesn't hurt.
thorax.
Well, when I was a little kid, I got stung. I haven't
I
been
was still a little kid. And many times I got stung.
Juan likes pain, so he probably liked it all his life. So, anyways.
But like, you ever get like kicked in the ball? Actually, you haven't. But like,
Yeah, I have been kicked in the balls.
getting
pretty much.
getting hit in the nuts, like it hurts so bad. So imagine like a bee being like,
Oh, no.
"Ding!" It's like, oh, I feel so good.
Like, what made you think?
How'd
Like,
they
what-
come up with this too? That's another thing. Like,
Well, you know, they probably messed around. Like, they probably like. I wonder what else I could fuck. So just like
how desperate are you, where you go, you know what? That beehive looks great right now.
that little
Maybe-
hole entrance.
Maybe someone like,
It's a-
he got, you know, he got, what's the name? What was it? The stung. He got stung and felt good. It was like, oh my God, it feels good.
You ever see that show, 1,000 Ways to Die?
Yes.
Yeah.
Remember
I
that
love
show, right?
Yeah.
That one where like this dude was in a hot dog eating contest, and the girl had like I don't know what it's called, but she got really turned on from vomit.
Ooh, 2 girls, 1 cup.
I just threw up. Give me a
Perfect,
shit.
perfect example.
Love that.
But anyway, the girl forced him to vomit and then started making out with him. That a hot dog got lodged in her throat and she choked to death.
Yeah, I know.
Oh.
Like
There's also a
obviously
girl
she
who-
wasn't looking to finish in that way, but it's like I find that disgusting.
Well,
like vomit. No.
Some people are into weird shit. Not Another Teenage Movie showed me, like, I was 12, I think, when I watched that movie, about, like, the person dumping on each other's chest. And I was like, what the fuck? And then I saw 2 Girls, 1 Cup, because my classmate was just like, hey, you should watch 2 Girls, 1 Cup. I was like, is that, like, a parody or something? And then when I went, I was like,
I
"Dear
still
God."
never seen it.
Sir, do you want us to play it live?
No, thank you. No, I'm good. I know the premise.
You know what I like the most? Cake farts.
Stop.
That's what it always reminds me of.
The fuck is that?
There's people who get turned on by you. It's also a fetish.
By cake?
Of you farting on a cake.
Like
You
ass
just-
cheeks on it.
And farting. A nice, gnarly one.
That's weird. I don't know. Like,
Well,
do
there's
you guys
no
have any
weird ones here.
fetishes? Any weird ones?
Well, hold on. There's more. There's
There's more.
Wait, there's
There's a
more.
lot. There's a lot.
With 3 easy payments of $69.99, you get more.
Oh, we got ourselves a caller.
So there's
Oh, wait, is there like one where like people are like talking about shitting, like peeing on people too?
yeah, it's golden
Oh, yeah,
showers.
yeah.
Ugh.
Trust me, I've seen all of it. I love porn.
Wow.
There's. Have you guys? When was the last time you guys ate your boogers?
When I was 7 or 8.
Yeah.
7, 8. I think I was like
Uh,
7.
Yesterday. No, I'm kidding.
5 minutes ago.
It's like, when's the last time?
Just now.
Sorry.
I help myself.
I hate to admit it, but I don't want to lie.
So there's a fetish of someone, or it's called nasolingus, and it's arousal to
my
sucking
gosh.
on a person's nose.
Shut the fuck up.
Like-
Straight up.
That smells
Cuddling
weird.
his butt
I'm
on
kidding.
the-
Snack on the bucket.
First of all, you're getting a whole bunch of breath up in your nostrils, like you can't breathe, and someone's sucking your air.
That's I mean,
I don't know.
I don't know. They go to some extremes. I get like some people like might get turned on from like cross dressing and they're going off, right? Whatever. And then there's ones where like it's in my mind so outrageous. Not even the ones that you just talked about where you fart in cake and whatever. Like
There's also Brazilian
my-
fart porn. I watched it.
anyway,
Hot girls farting in each other's face, and they're like, ah, and I'm like, the fuck is this?
that's weird. But what I'm referring to is more like the family stuff,
Like incest?
like
Oh,
incest and
step
stuff. I feel
stuff.
like that is a certain boundary that should never be crossed.
Well, when it's on porn, it's not real because obviously that person doesn't even look like it. He's like, oh, look at me and my dad. I'm like, you look nothing alike.
Yeah, right.
Like, they're like, my
They're
dad.
actors. There's,
Yeah,
there's a lot of actors.
exactly.
Actors.
It depends where if you're really doing it. I think that's gross. But again, to each his own. I think it's like illegal in some.
It's illegal
Oh,
everywhere.
yes.
I think.
Is it?
No, it
So
should
like
be.
if you're of age, yeah, I mean, I hope it is.
It should
but
be. And then the whole like, oh, I get turned on from like
Google search
you know
is gonna
minors
be
and stuff.
So
Like they're-
wiped by the end
Oh.
of tonight.
Wait, what?
My Google search is gonna be so wiped by the end of tonight.
The FBI.
But
Get 'em.
I think I don't know what's worse, the incest one or underage.
How underage?
Doesn't matter. Doesn't really matter.
Oh, that's
there's
one
some-
that gets under.
Like
my
if I'm
skin.
28 years old and I'm hitting on a 16-year-old, that should not.
That's like
Oh, there's wiggle room. Oh, okay.
no, there is wiggle room.
I don't believe
because
that. I really. If my
it's
daughter, if my
illegal,
daughter was 16 years old and
And-
talking to a 25-year-old, I'd be like, no.
and
You
she's
can
still
wait.
gonna do it because I
Well,
did
there-
it.
I
Oh
mean,
my God.
You also have the difference of where it's happening. There are different ages of consent
Yeah.
throughout the world.
In Pennsylvania, when you're 16, you're consenting. That's a state over. So I think I feel like anything under 13, like I feel like
I
14.
don't-
So
I go-
13's
I go-
okay for 18-year-old.
I'd
No,
go,
no, no, no,
I'd
no.
go 12.
I meant like 13 and down. No,
yeah.
13
no.
and down.
So 14 is cool.
14, they're already like
Yeah,
once you're in
oh.
no, when you're in high school, you're gonna senior boys start talking to you if you're attractive. Junior boys, you're getting already older boys talking to you, and they're what 18, 17. So
Touche. But at the same time, I know before I was talking about, respect one another, be kind to one another, love who you love, believe what you want to believe. But it comes down to these extreme, crazy fetishes, turn-ons, where it's like your brother, your sister, or, girls 20 years younger than you and stuff. I feel
Children.
like children, and it's at that point, it's like, I can't respect you. I'm not going to be kind to you. Because now I'm picturing, well, I don't have kids, but like JC has kids. Imagine his.
Oh yeah.
I'm not gonna.
don't put it in there.
I'm not gonna say it, right? I will murder that fucking person if it was my kid.
Yep.
I don't even care. I'll go to jail, and I'll be like, "This is what happened."
You're
So-
going to a level in which there is.
It's so much evil.
There's not a clear understanding between both of them, and it's going to screw with them for a long time.
I mean, that's just a
That's-
level of
that's
evil. It's sick and
Especially
level-
to young impressionable minds.
exactly.
We're talking biological and mental because it's going to change your body too.
Anyway, so in the end of the day, take what we all say here with a grain of salt. In the grand scheme of things, please, please, please treat people with respect, kindness, and understanding. Do what you feel is right for your own life. No one can tell you how to love. No one can tell you how to believe or things like that. But control what you can control. But control what you can't control in your own life, and do the best you can to live a positive life for yourself and to others.
It's okay to learn more about it, to try to understand how other people live with it, and it, again, does not mean that you have to conform to it yourself. You just have to accept that it's in the world around you, but it's not there. You don't have to fully become it.
And I feel like, you should let people live their own lives. Don't push your beliefs, your belief system, your religion or anything on another person. Let them be who they are. And, if they're your friend, if you can, be as supportive as you can. Because it's also a hard time for the person, even coming up with the courage to tell you that this is who they are. So
And like Joe said too also, you know, like always get informed, always educate yourself, you know. Whatever the reason is always something that started from the bottom, you know. So why not go to the roots and find out what really started this movement? Because for me, those are movements, you know. It wasn't like, it might be all the time or it was hidden or whatever. But right now, the way I see it is like a movement, a trending, like everybody is exposing themselves, even at young age. But also, you know, like what we always and believe for us is to respect each other. It doesn't matter what are your ideals. For me, I think as a dad, okay? And for me, it's protect. Protect the people is around me. That's how I think. There's nothing wrong with me. Because also, I'm more working on to understand my kids. I'm working on how really listen to them. So, guys, and just be happy with whoever you are, you know, family, brothers, sisters, whatever. Just be happy and respect everybody, all right? And also, don't forget to follow us on Spirit Out the podcast on Instagram, all right, my friends? You have any topics that you want to talk about it, just let us know.
And just always remember, we're here for you guys, and we love you. We love, you know, the fans and everyone who's a part of this, whether you're on the show itself as a special guest or just listening. We're here for you. We love you guys, and we appreciate the support. So thank you.
happy birthday, Joe.
Yeah, happy birthday, Joe. Happy birthday, Joe.
Take care, everyone.